All right, good morning, traders. Today is January 26, 2024. My SPY pivot this morning, that is not my SPY pivot, but we can use that one anyway. That's a target. All of the Fab 5 closed the day above the bullish 3-ace trap and above the 17 EMA trend indicator. Gold remains bullish and has closed the day inside the trap below the 17 EMA trend indicator and below the downtrend. Silver remains bearish, closing between the bearish 3-ace trap and the 17 EMA, but below the daily downtrend line. USO makes an uptrend status, closing over the high of December 26th and closing above the trap over the 17 EMA. UNG closed the day below the bearish trap and below the 17 EMA. US dollar index maintains a daily downtrend, closing under the flat 200 SMA after spiking it consistently for a few days. All right, let's go take a look at some charts. All right, let's get this open. Let's get SPY up here. All right, so here we are with that one. All right, so here we are with SPY. Yesterday, well, that was green earlier. Well, we'll see. All right. So here's SPY closing the day inside the previous day's candle. Got a lower high, lower low, closing above the 3/8 trap right there on SPY. Still in an uptrend. I was looking for SPY to possibly pull back to this 6-year trend line, but it got down there close, but didn't quite make it. So we'll see what happens today. We got Intel reported last night, not looking real pretty. We'll see what happens. All right, let's take a look at QQQ. QQQ lower high, lower low, and closing above the 3/8 trap over the trend indicator. QQQ still bullish. FNGU lower high, lower low, closing over the trap, over the trend indicator, still bullish on FNGU. Diamond Dow. Diamond Dow got a lower high, equal low, closing above the trap, over the trend indicator, still bullish. IWM, lower high, higher, equal low, maybe higher low right there. So, but closing over the trap, over the trend indicator. So, all 5 closing the trap, over the trap, and over the trend indicator, acting bullish this morning. Well, not in the pre-market right now, and bullish yesterday. So there's IWM. Let's take a look at USO. USO had a nice breakout there. Okay, breaking out to new highs. Not to new highs, but new highs for this year. That's for sure. All right, so we got a higher low, higher high, closing over the trap, over the trend indicator. USO finally hit uptrend status. So there's USO. UNG, not the same thing happening here. All right, UNG closing, still in an uptrend, hasn't broken this low, but well below the bearish trap, below the trend indicator, closing below the bearish trap. Yesterday's price action, lower high, lower low. And you can see we have to break this this area right here, 1851. Other than that, we stay in a bullish. We're still bullish. But let me just say one other thing is you got to take out this high, 2733. Might be a tall order for UNG. We'll see what happens. Let's take a look at precious metals. SLV. All right, SLV, higher low, higher high, closing over the trap, but below the trend indicator. Still in a downtrend there. See the downtrend? Lower high, lower low. Here's a low, lower low, downtrend. So there's silver. Take a look at gold. Gold consolidating in a bull flag, but underneath the bearish trap, underneath the trend indicator, closing, well, inside the trap right there for gold. All right, let's take a look at our technicals. T2122, yesterday's price action took us out of the buy zone into the buyer's chop zone. Spent most of the day in the buyer's chop zone, zigzagging all over the place. And then we climbed back into the buy zone at the end of the day, T2122. All right, and then T2123, red, green, red, green, red, green, red, green. You get the picture, okay? And then after about 2 o'clock, noon or so, things turned around for T2123. And then we had consistent 10-minute uptrend. You can see the green trend indicator balls right there. So there's T2123 15-minute. Let's take a look at the 3-bar. Price action and the trend indicator still kind of in the same spot. So they're transferring, they're trading colors here. We went from red to green, back to red, now to green again. So just trading colors right now, and price action and the 317 EMA all in the same spot right there. FNGU indicator, all right? This is red, green, all right? So we started out going down, made a top, lower high, see that? And then we went down to make a lower low, all right? Crossed underneath the BYOB there, and then came back up to embrace BYOB at the end of the day. So after making the lower low right there. Just want to point out something was kind of really, really strange yesterday, all right, because we had, I'm just going to tell you, my SPY, that's not what I wanted. See how FNGU closed like well below the high of the day there? Well, my SPY candle, did I do it again? All right, so my SPY candle actually looked like a green candle with a long tail down there, closing near the high of the day. My SPY candle looks different now, but it was up high, up here, green, closing near the high of the day. It didn't actually have that much wick on it before when I looked at it. And then I was looking at IWM, and you can see where IWM closed nowhere near the high of its day, and FNGU, but yet we had some strange occurrence yesterday. We actually had, well, let's just go look at the sectors real quick. Okay, because we had XLH. That's not right. I had XLI, is that right? Yeah, industrial sector. Closing over the high of the day. Had some other sectors. XL, not the technology sector, okay? The XLE closing at the high of the day. Now notice this is the first time I've ever seen FNGU fail me. All right. XLE closed at the high of the day. XLI, I think I did XLI. XLP, consumer staples, closed at the high of the day. XLU closed at the high of the day. XL I said XLE, XLB closed at the high of the day. XL Healthcare, XLV closed at the high of the day. So they all closed at the high of the day, which was strange because, you know, it was weird because FNGU did not seem to have that much control. If you look at the FNGU candle, nowhere near the high of the day. And if you look at the IWM candle, nowhere near the high of the day. And yet we had all of these sectors closing at the highs of their day. And actually having to seem to have more impact on the SPY than the technology sector and the IWM have had before. But we'll see what happens here today. All right, let's take a look at, there's just a little comment there from me. Let's take a look at, here's our economic calendar. Now we had GDP yesterday. All right, today we got personal income and outlays and pending home sales at 10. Personal income and outlays come out at 10:30. And Max Payne today is 481. I don't think we're going there, but we'll see what happens. Earnings calendar. Today is options expiration Friday. Earnings calendar for today. This is Friday. American Express reports before the open, 135 billion. Colgate Palmolive, 65 billion. Norfolk Southern Railroads, 53 billion. And that's pretty much about it. You know, a couple banks and some other products, but no one that's really market moving. The only one that could be is Colgate Palmolive and American Express. So there we go there with that. And US dollar index is heading weaker, so coming back down. Again, not really breaking out of this range here. And of course, we're working on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is the 8th day of consolidation. Are we going to get a breakout again? We'll have to see what happens. Speaking of SPY, let's go back and look at where my 10-minute pivot would be for today. So it's going to be at 487. 487 is going to be the pivot for today. So above 487, I'm a bull. Below 487, I'm a bear. So that's my SPY pivot for today. All right, and that's it. Okay, traders, I'll take questions in the room. And I'm going to go render my video. All right, if there's no questions.